What's up, Resonators? We just got some huge breaking news for Wuthering Waves, and if these latest leaks turn out to be true, the second anniversary character might actually break the game. We finally have new information about the 3.3 anniversary banner, and for the first time, we might even be looking at the actual in-game design of the character. And trust me, she's already looking like one of the most hyped characters in the entire game. So in today's video, we're going to talk about Hiyuki, the rumored anniversary character. We'll go over her design, possible kit mechanics, dual form gameplay, and her expected best teams on release. And real quick before we jump in, if you want to stay updated on early Wuthering Waves news, leaks, and banner updates, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications, because the anniversary updates are coming very soon. Alright, let's get into it. So first of all, the name of the anniversary character is Hiyuki, and according to the latest info, she's expected to appear in the first phase banner of the 3.3 anniversary update. From what we know so far, Hiyuki is a Glacio Sword Main DPS. Yes, you heard it right, Glacio finally coming in WoW again. Now that alone already makes her interesting, but things get even more exciting when we start looking at her design. Earlier leaks mentioned that she has long white hair and uses a sword, and the new image that's been circulating actually matches that description perfectly. Hiyuki's hair is extremely long and tied into a high ponytail with red ribbons, which gives her a very elegant but powerful aesthetic. The overall vibe almost makes her look like someone with a high ranking or noble status. Her outfit is also really interesting. It looks heavily inspired by a traditional Japanese shrine maiden design, but with a more combat-ready twist, which makes sense considering she's supposed to be a main DPS character. And honestly, the design already feels very anniversary-worthy. The environment shown in the image also looks icy and frozen, which fits perfectly with her being a Glacio character. Although it's possible the background is just a placeholder for now, it still gives a good idea of the overall theme they're going for. But the most exciting part of all this might actually be her gameplay. According to the latest information, Hiyuki could be another dual-form character. If this turns out to be true, it would make her one of the most unique characters in Wuthering Waves. We've already seen characters like Zani and Emith introduce transformation or dual-form mechanics, and Hiyuki might take that concept even further. So for example, her normal attacks, skills, or even her ultimate could completely change once she transforms. This could potentially make her a very high-burst main DPS that switches playstyles mid-combat. And just based on the design alone, she gives off this vibe of being calm, elegant, but extremely dangerous, which fits perfectly for a sword user. Now there's also a small detail that some players noticed. If you look closely at the design, there's a symbol shown near the character, and interestingly enough, we've only seen something similar once before. It actually appeared during Sagrika's drip marketing. When comparing the two symbols side by side, the one in Hiyuki's image looks slightly unfinished, so this might still be an early version of the design, which means things could definitely change before the official reveal. But even so, if this really is the anniversary character design, then Hiyuki is already looking like a must-pull for a lot of players. Now let's talk about team synergy, because we also have some interesting information about that. According to the latest leaks, Hiyuki's best teammates on release could include Chisa and possibly Lucilla, and this is where things get really interesting. Chisa is known for being a negative status support, which suggests that Hiyuki's kit might heavily interact with the Glacio negative status system. You might remember that back in version 2.8, the developers actually reworked the entire negative status mechanic. Glacio effects can now stack up to 10 times, and the more stacks you apply to an enemy, the more damage you deal. Once the stacks reach the maximum, the enemy can even be frozen. So if Chisa is on the team constantly applying those negative status stacks, that means enemies could be frozen faster, while Hiyuki deals massive damage. Now on the other hand, we have Lucilla. Lucilla isn't even playable yet. She's currently only part of the story, but she's expected to release sometime after the anniversary update, and she's rumored to also be a Glacio character. So if that happens, the premium team might look something like this. Hiyuki as the main DPS, Lucilla as the Glacio sub-DPS, and Chisa as the negative status support. This would basically create a full Glacio team focused on stacking status effects and freezing enemies. At the same time though, it's possible Hiyuki might also have multiple team options, similar to other flexible characters. For example, she could work in both a full Glacio team or a negative status focused team. And honestly, that kind of flexibility is always great for the game because it allows players to experiment with different team compositions instead of being locked into one specific setup. Now looking ahead, the 3.3 anniversary update is getting more exciting every day. But before we get there, we still have the 3.2 update coming first. Version 3.2 will introduce Sigrika, an Arrow Gauntlet main DPS who focuses heavily on echo skill damage. She's a pretty niche character, so unless you really like her design or animations, many players might actually skip her banner and start saving. And that might not be a bad idea, because right after the anniversary, we could also be getting the Cyberpunk collaboration update. So we're potentially looking at multiple insane banners back-to-back, which means now might be the perfect time to start saving your pulls. As for Hiyuki's official reveal, we should see the drip marketing for the 3.3 anniversary character about 5 to 7 days after the 3.2 update goes live. And if that happens, I'll make sure to cover it immediately. We might even get a teaser during the upcoming livestream, so keep an eye out for that as well. But for now, that's all the information we currently have about Hiyuki and the 3.3 anniversary character. And honestly, she's already looking incredibly promising. So now I'm curious about your opinion. Are you planning to pull for Hiyuki based on her design? Or are you saving your pulls for the Cyberpunk collaboration characters instead? Let me know your plans down in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future Wuthering Waves updates. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.